This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
Just got out of the hospital.
Oh, geez. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. But on Monday, I was working because I've taken a few contracting jobs, and he was sort of walking towards me, looking a bit like a zombie, almost sideways, and he was pale. And his face just had this look of like fear on it. And he's like, I don't feel good. And so I got out all of my medical accoutrement, blood pressure, pulse ox, all of that sort of stuff. And his pulse ox was really low, which meant there wasn't enough oxygen getting into his blood system. And so I ended up turning us around and taking us to the emergency room. He had some elevated things in his blood that let you know that his heart had experienced some sort of damage. And they took him from the ER and they admitted him to the cardiac ward overnight for monitoring. And he had to do like all of these tests and stuff. Turns out that they couldn't figure out what happened. They think it was some sort of transient arrhythmia or something is what they called it. So like his heart glitched for a bit. And they're not 100% sure what happened, but he's now home and he has to wear a heart monitor like this. They've installed this device for a couple of weeks. You know, he never gets sick, let alone end up in the hospital. So it was scary for the kids. And the great news is that he seems great. All of his tests were perfect. They're like, you're the picture of health, but it doesn't change the fact that that thing happened.
Yeah.
And we don't know why. And he's been trying all day to recreate it. And so I'm just sitting here waiting to see. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do if it happens again?
So wait, what you're telling me is if your husband has a heart attack, you're going to have to stop the show and go deal with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
And so it's
fine.
And so it's a very weird thing. And the doctors say it's highly unlikely that it's going to happen again, but they don't even know what it is. So they know something happened, but they don't know what it was that happened. They don't know why it happened. They don't know how to prevent it. It's weird.
When you don't know, that's the freaky part.
When you don't know, that's the freaky part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I will use that right there and we'll start the show. Emily's husband just had a heart thing. It could be stress. Maybe they're looking at stress. Stress can always be a thing. There can be that part of it. And I wish your husband well. And I guess if you need to stop down to go take him to the hospital after a heart attack, we can do that. Just allow the same for me. If I have a heart attack, I might stop the show too.
Yeah.
Fair's
I think
fair.
that's one of those instances where it's okay for the show not to go on. The good news is he didn't have a heart attack. What is it, a myocardial infarction or whatever. It wasn't that. That's a artery blockage.
Big night of dinner. You can have an infarction easily.
Oh, my God. Speaking of infarctions, I heard the best story yesterday, and I wish that I could tell it the way that my son told it because I was laughing so hard I nearly shit my pants, okay?
Yeah.
Yesterday, the little one is like, oh my gosh, there's this boy named Lucas, and today he did a fart in the classroom. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, but it was so bad that this girl, Stella, had to leave the classroom and come into my classroom to get some room spray from my teacher. He says, don't ask me why. She chose the pumpkin spice smell. And she ran back into the room, and instead of using 1 or 2 spritzers, she did like 15 spritzers. No one likes pumpkin spice smell. And everyone is gagging and choking. And now the entire hallway smells like a Halloween party and like someone farted into a pumpkin.
Smells like a bad Starbucks in here. What is going on?
But I could just imagine like this horrendous
bunch of kids, this
fart.
little girl being overly dramatic.
Oh, yeah. And they're all, and then they weren't even gagging at the fart, but then they all had to leave the classroom because of the farty pumpkin spice smell.
Well, and that's the thing, too, I've noticed about room fresheners is that, yeah, they have a smell, but really it kind of mixes with whatever is there anyway. So you have infarction smell along with whatever the air freshener is, and that doesn't make it that much better, really. I guess it's better, but
It just smells like flowery turds.
yeah, which is slightly better than normal turds, if you have to.
I mean, if you have to.
Yeah.
Sure.
And sometimes you do. Yeah.
Here's a question. Are you a floral scent or a citrus scent when it comes to the bathroom, like covering up?
Neither. I have problems with smells. Maybe that speaks to me. Maybe you would guess that. But I like a clean, kind of soapy smell. I prefer. I don't like real strong flowers for sure. And citrusy can be overbearing. I just like a clean smell, which I don't even think is really natural. It's just, that's what I like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's more of a linen scent.
There you go. I often do linens. And there's something called waterfall that's not that bad if I have to spray something.
Yeah.
What does waterfall smell like?
That's where I'm at. I want it to smell like nothing.
Right. Or maybe a little bit fresh.
Yeah. I just want it to smell like fresh nothing. I want it to smell like I've just washed my sheets on hot with bleach.
But not
smell.
wash them with some kind of stupid soap that makes things smell weird and flowery.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Never. We're unscented all the way.
Yep. It's the way to go. It's not good for allergies. It's not good for many things. So this is the show. I'm Stu. She's Emily. As far as my week goes, not a lot exciting to tell. I have just been out in public and riding my bike as I do. And it occurred to me as I was out and saw a guy walking his dog that we should really make life more fun. And I don't understand why we don't take the time to cheer for people's dogs as they're taking a crap. I think we should stop down and do that. When the dog is squatting, you stop and go, way to go, Scruffy. Yeah, 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 yeah. And just be really encouraging about it. And I think if I did that, it would make for some wonderful times.
It would certainly be entertaining. And while you're saying that, I couldn't help but think about something I was going to ask your opinion of. And this is really funny because you and I don't talk about this sort of stuff before the show.
Right.
But I actually had a dog-related conundrum for you for the show.
Alrighty.
And I love that you're leaning in the direction of, oh, yeah, let's cheer for them and have more fun. I'm leaning towards violence or government intervention. So I have discovered that my neighbors, they got a puppy. I have discovered that really early in the morning and late at night, they let their dog out their front door, not on a leash, and they allow that dog to come and pee and shit in my front yard. And I realize that they do it on purpose because I captured their dog one evening.
Like in a dog trap or?
No.
Okay.
It was running around in my garage barking at me while I was trying to. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this pup has gotten out of their house. So I grabbed it by the collar and walked it back to their house, only to find them sitting on their lounge with the front door open. And I was trying to get their attention. The TV was very loud. And so instead I just sort of put it through their front door and went to try and close the door. And then they leapt up, came to the front door, didn't say anything to me, which was, again, really weird. I was like, oh, hey, I found your dog outside. And they're like, oh, okay. But then the dog just ran out the door again. And then I started watching for it, and I realized they do it on purpose so that they don't have to clean it up.
They do it on purpose, or they do it to you on purpose? They let him out to just let him out. They don't do it directly to piss you off, I would assume, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They do it just to let their dog out. They're not doing it to upset me.
Okay.
However, we take a lot of pride in our lawn and that kind of stuff. I don't let my own dog go on my front lawn because with female dogs, well, with any dog, if they pee, it kills the grass.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff happening, and I would never let my dog just go on somebody else's lawn routinely.
Well, they're doing it because they're lazy. I
Yes.
think probably the first step would be to have a conversation, and you would need to say, hey, I love your dog. Great that you have this dog, but when you let it out, it's coming over and peeing and pooping on my lawn, and that's a problem, and just see where it goes from there. If they're decent people, they'll probably work it out because you and I would, right?
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
They aren't decent people.
Okay. Are they
We
white
have
trashy?
beef.
Is that their thing?
No,
Okay.
the opposite.
Okay. Oh, snotty rich people. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, I would try it that way. And then if you need to go deeper with it, you can go deeper with it. You can spray things on their lawn.
No, I would never.
Well, not that
But
they
I
would
agree
know.
with you. I should say something, but I just have no energy for the drama that would come with it. But I mean, if I made an anonymous call to the council, it's against the
Priests
law.
of the temples of Syrinx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nerd reference from Rush. So, yeah, I mean, you can call the police if you have to. That gets stupid. You could also, after you've tried to be nice about it, say that you're going to leave out random food that would make their dog sick. Like, don't do anything that's going to kill the dog. This is the way my mind works. You have to think it through.
Gosh.
And yet sometimes when people are not reasonable, you have to do what you have to do to inconvenience other people so that they will in turn then be reasonable. I've done it over and over again.
I don't think I have the energy.
Well, I'll help you.
Like
I'll
I just,
absolutely help you.
And I couldn't bear to like make the dog sick. But
Yeah,
it's just
that is
like,
kinda shitty,
because the
but-
problem is, right, if it comes into our yard and my dog gets a hold of it, they'll be upset.
Well, you could use that as a point too. Use that as a, hey, in addition to this going on with my lawn, my dog will tear apart your dog. So let's fix this.
Yeah. I should say something. For now, I'm just quietly.
And you got to talk into the mic. Otherwise, it sounds really weird.
Otherwise, like at the moment, I'm just quietly stewing, just like grizzling,
Me too.
just inside.
And it's weird that we're having all this animal talk because the first thing on my list here of stuff to talk about is that the animals are striking back. There's a guy in Lodi that was killed. He was killed by a group of elephants. He was out hunting, and there are so many people in the comments that are cheering for the elephants.
Yeah.
And this is his buddy that is also a murderous hunter who was out hunting and then found out he was killed, and it was a whole thing. But here's his comments on this poor guy that, by the way, has animal heads all over the insides of his house. They showed it in the news story, and that's something to be proud of, right? Like, oh, I killed this animal with a gun. I think we should give the animals guns, and then it would be more of a sport, then even it out a little bit. But it's not really sport if you're hunting with a gun as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, here's this guy's friend.
He'll be dearly missed.
Dozio Lodi businessman and owner of Pacific Agrilands was killed April 17 in Gabon, according to multiple reports who are sharing his photo online. He was hunting in the rainforest for a rare antelope species when he and his guide reportedly came across 5 female elephants and a calf. The herd charged.
The herd was pissed. The herd had gotten together and decided they're going to do something.
I could visualize that happening.
Deed says he understands exactly how dangerous elephants can be because one nearly killed him.
I came up on a bull elephant and I was less than 50 yards away and I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it.
Well, maybe you just shouldn't be randomly killing things. That would have solved the problem.
Until he flared his ears out, brought up his trunk, and he came after me and he was trying to kill me. So I ran. We climbed up a tree. That was an open savanna. And I missed a bull elephant 50 yards away.
Well, you
Where
suck.
Ernie was the rainforest.
Deed says many people assume safari trips are only about hunting,
What are they really about?
but for him and for Dozio, they were also about helping remote villages that often have little outside support.
I'm doing the hand masturbation motion right now.
So when the hunters go there, we're employing them as the cooks
Oh, you're paying people to help you kill. Nice.
and the trackers and the maids. The animal that we shoot feeds the village.
As painful as the loss is, Deed says there's one thought that brings him peace.
Ernie was doing what he loved.
Killing things.
He was doing what he loved.
He loved to kill things, and nobody killed things better than that guy, let me tell you. I know you're more pro-hunting than I am. Am I off base in this?
I don't know how pro hunting you are. I don't believe in game hunting.
Okay. So that would be...
I believe in it's okay to go out and shoot a deer, and if you're using it to feed your family. I don't believe in going hunting on a full stomach, for example, or just game hunting and hanging things' heads inside your house.
I can
like,
lean more towards that way, but when you do that, even just for a deer, do you ever really need that deer? Like, do you really need that deer? Are you poor and you need to feed your family with that deer?
Well, there's an opportunity cost to it. So what would you prefer, that we support commercial farming and buy something from the shop instead, or buy something or shoot a deer or whatever?
Yeah,
or use
point
a bow and
blank.
arrow on your property.
Really, everybody could just go vegetarian like me.
I mean, they could.
Yeah. No, I get your point there. It just, to me, let's go kill something is not a great weekend. And people that do it, I can't understand. And I would be amazed to find any of those people that isn't also an asshole politically. Like, guaranteed each of those people that are going out killing stuff are big Trump supporters. Or am I being too judgmental in that?
I don't know. I'd never thought about that.
Like, they're not
before.
tree huggers, you know?
Yeah. But also, I mean, I know people who are massive hippies and who are also MAGA people. Not massive hippies, but, you know, more tree hugger-ish types. But there's a certain level of socioeconomic success that's required in order to go and do big game hunting. Like, that's the other thing too. This isn't just like a cheap vacation where you're going camping. They are spending tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's very elitist.
Do that. It's quite elitist. Yeah.
Oh, and that's what puts me in the mindset of they're Trump people too. Because it's like they're elitist, they're rich. Of course, they're going to further him when they're out killing things because it is in their own self-interest to do that. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather go and, I mean, if I'm going to go all that way, I'd rather go and see the animals. The thing that was annoying the shit out of me in that news article is that he was looking for a rare type of antelope. Well, there's only a few of them.
Well, he needs something new to put up on his wall. Yeah, he's got to have that rare thing to put up on his wall and be proud that he shot it with a gun. Like, how is that even sport? That's the thing, too. It's like, if you want to really impress me, chase it with a knife and see if you can kill it that way. Then it's more of a sport. Even then, it's not right, but you're an asshole to stand there with a gun, dickhead.
Yeah, even a bow and arrow. I don't mind shooting sports.
Yeah.
And to let me clarify, if you've ever seen, like, tactical shooting courses and that kind of thing, like if you want to look something up, look at how Keanu Reeves trained for John Wick. Tactical shooting and tactical courses, it's all targets and it's a sport.
I can be more with that than with killing something that did nothing to you.
Right. And so that I can get behind. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Personally, I'm not a big gun person, but I like watching that sort of thing. So it's kind of cool.
If things got really bad in this country, and maybe you already do, I don't think so. If things got really bad in this country to like where we were having to really protect ourselves, would you get a gun for the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I might, but I would have to really think about it because I'm very anti-guns.
If I lived in a different part of the country, I would have a gun.
Yeah.
You know, if I had a farm, I would have a gun, but I don't. So
I almost don't trust myself. Like, I'd be afraid I would screw something up too. That would be a big part of it. And I'd have to get training and all that. But even if that were the case, I don't think I'd feel good about it. So,
well, and that's a good mindset to have because statistically, more gun violence happens just through there being a gun in the house.
Yeah.
And some of it is, it's hard. It's actually pretty hard to kill somebody with your bare hands or with a knife.
I know, I've tried.
Yeah, but it's really easy to kill somebody with a gun. So the mortality increases. You know, people make split-second decisions that just kill other people. But you have to kind of think through things a little bit more if you're not just armed. And people use it like a crutch. Like at the first sign or the first sound of something rustling downstairs, they'll go for the gun.
When you pull that trigger, you can't unshoot it. There's not a lot of time for thought there.
Yeah, exactly. And I always think we've got a lot of kids in our neighborhood. We have lots of kids that come over. And just imagine accidentally shooting one of your neighbor's kids who confuses your house with their house or something.
Your life would be ruined. The rest of your life, you would be thinking about that and it would torment you.
Well, yeah, and you'd probably kill a kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you'd be
saying.
that
You kill a kid
person.
like that, you would forever be haunted by that. And even if everybody didn't hate you, you would hate yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Most people who have guns don't actually know how to use them.
But it's good that they're free and easily gettable and that you can get them when you need to go shoot political leaders and do everything you need to do, randomly hurting and killing people.
It's the
And let's do it in
American-
mass, too. Let's make sure we have, assault rifles so that you can kill a lot of people if you need to. That's the other part, that it's like, okay, I think we have a gun problem anyway, but the assault rifle part of it is just insane.
Yeah, there's this strange predisposition with guns in the United States. And not that, but just like violence in general that doesn't really make sense to me. I have no problem with the Second Amendment, the intention of it, and all of that type of things. But plenty of other countries also have that right. Sweden is a good example of that. Nearly everybody in Sweden has a gun.
Well, it's John Wayne. We're coming off of a 100-year culture of John Wayne, and he was the guy everybody looked up to, and he kicked ass in Westerns and all that stupid shit. And now I guess we're John Wick culture. I don't know. I mean, not that those are bad movies.
It's really
but-
strange that everyone wants to be carrying a gun at all times in case they need to protect themselves. And that to me doesn't make any sense.
We have less of that here. I know that's a bigger thing, concealed carry in a lot of states, but we don't have that here. And I feel much better for that. I wouldn't feel good about being in one of those states because there you piss somebody off and you get pissed off and you don't think and immediately you're shooting somebody. Some people anyway.
Yeah. I mean, here, you don't even need a license to conceal carry and you don't need to be a grown-up.
That just blows my mind.
Yeah, you can just go to the sports store, buy a gun, carry it around. Zero issues.
And that is like one of the biggest things in my mind. It's bigger than owning a car and you have to have a driver's license and you should have to be trained. But just go buy one. Hopefully you'll know how to use it and know how to not kill somebody.
Well, I don't even think that is like a consideration. I don't know. It's very, very strange. I think that also being a parent, you should have to pass some kind of test before you were allowed to be a parent. But we're not doing that
I
either.
agree with that completely, but then you get into the whole social part of it, and what's the alternative to that? They de-inseminate you somehow? They abort your kid if you don't pass the test?
No, I mean, we couldn't do that.
Right.
But there should be like parenting classes or, something like that.
Some kind of incentive. Maybe you get your kid delivered free if you go through those classes. That'd be a good way to go.
Right. Maybe you could get free healthcare if you weren't a complete scumbag. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I've got a mate who owns a bunch of childcare centers.
No.
Anyway, I went to go see them at work the other day because I do some work for him every now and again. And while I was there, I bore witness to some of the most crazy bullshit ever. They had to go into a classroom and take a book bag from like a 3 or 4 year old child and take it outside because it stank so comprehensively of marijuana. And the little kids come to school every day just absolutely reeking of marijuana. And I mean, it's pungent. It is in all of their clothes, in their hair, in the bag, everything. And I have no idea how they deal with that. But if I'm a parent and I go into that classroom and it stinks like that, I'm going to have questions. Like, that's going to impact on their business. But you can't say anything to the parents.
And there are people that would show that maybe this is not true because they are the exception. If your house is that much smelling of weed, you're a bad parent. I'm just going to make that judgment. If you're that wasted all the time, you're really not taking care of your kid. That's the generalization I'll make.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree because even if it's not your house, even if it's your car, if you're hot boxing with a baby in the back, that kid is getting secondhand smoke. You are getting that kid high. And some of the teachers, the little kid was, sad and said, I didn't get much sleep last night. Their eyes were all puffy and red and everything. And then one of the other teachers is like, that kid is high.
Yeah. Maybe
and
not
feels
even by
sick.
choice.
Well, he's 3.
Just by association. He's around it all the time. So, and
Yeah.
even if you're not so wasted all the time that you can't function, the fact that you need to lean into something so much as a part of your life and be so dependent on it really says something about you just generally as a person, even if you're not stoned out of your mind. That is something maybe to look at.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that at that level, that's child abuse.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what they're doing and about it and all that kind of stuff, but I remember feeling really sad for the kid and just thinking this is what our world is now. It's just all of these kids who are being raised by these people, and I just wonder how they're going to grow up.
Yeah, because pot's not even a drug anymore. It's accepted, and it's just, you can toke up and go ahead and go drive, and it's just a part of our culture, and it's really not that serious. Pot is way better than alcohol as far as potheads would tell you, and it's no drug, if you're that dependent on it and that into it, is good for you, be it alcohol or weed or whatever.
Well, you shouldn't be driving, so...
Yeah, but
It
people
still
think it makes them
impairs
drive
you.
better, and it doesn't impair you the way it does alcohol. That's their thought
What?
anyway. You know,
It's
that's the way
ridiculous.
they think. It's ridiculous.
Even being tired impairs you
Yep.
as much as alcohol.
And that's like being super tired.
Right.
Yep.
Ugh, so ridiculous.
Anyway, wrapping up the animal talk here. Stuff
Animals.
going on this coast. I don't know what the deal is over there, but rattlesnakes and sharks are huge over here. 7 people have died of rattlesnake bites this year, and we never have that happen. And they're trying to figure out why that is. The venom is stronger, they're saying, this year, and they don't really know why that is. And I wonder if maybe... It's kind of a joke, but I wonder if we're effing up the planet so bad that nature is rebelling and the animals are coming for us. Maybe on a global scale, the earth is trying to be rid of us. And maybe the animals have meetings and they say, these humans, they're effing up the world. We got to take them out. And that's why I am so good to the crows, because I think maybe the crows will speak up for me. Like, he's one of the good ones. You can leave him be. It's just weird that the rattlesnakes and sharks are such a huge thing. Big great whites right off the coast, and they're having to close beaches. And I guess that's warm water and whatever.
I mean, the sharks, I'm not surprised by that. Overfishing brings them closer to the shore. That's been happening for years.
I guess the next big thing is rattlesnakes riding sharks.
Well, that would be cool.
They'll work that out. And
Small barrier. Although, snakes can swim.
yeah, I hate snakes. I have such a phobia about snakes. That is one of my
really?
things. It freaks me out. You growing up where you did, do you just see them all the time? It was not a big deal, or?
Yeah.
And you have like tons
bit
of poisonous, dangerous shit there, right?
Yeah. We have lots of venomous snakes, and non-venomous snakes live in almost everyone's house. Like, if you live
Oh,
anywhere outside of a major metropolitan area, you'll have pythons in your garage.
Oh, my
You'll
God.
see them going across the street. Yeah.
well, like
of
big
course.
pythons?
Yeah.
No, you people can't do that.
Of course we can.
Jesus Christ, come up past the dark ages. Get rid of your pythons.
No, they're good.
How are they? Well, I guess they hunt rodents and that sort of thing, they say. But it's
Yeah.
a big, scary goddamn snake.
Yeah, they're not scary. Those ones aren't scary. Like a carpet python or a diamond python, whatever you want to call them, they're not scary. Or a tree
they
snake,
kinda
not
like-
scary.
They're kind of like bears where they just get accustomed to people and they're not afraid of people. And because of that, they just go wherever they want. And
I don't know if they're scared or not, but they do just go wherever they want. And they're nocturnal, so they mostly during the day they sort of hide out. So you don't see them a lot. Like, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to be standing somewhere and not even realize that in the rafters there's a snake or two curled up.
I can never go to your country now. As much as it sounds wonderful and like a place where people are sensible, that little aspect of things makes me think that none of you are sensible, that you're okay with living like that. A snake could just drop on your fucking head. How do
Yeah.
you live with that?
But it's not going to hurt you.
Oh, it could just drop on your head. I would die of a heart attack.
They are pretty heavy.
They would give you a bump on the head and then you would have a heart attack.
Well, You are more likely to die from a falling tree limb from a eucalyptus, like a gum tree, than you are from a snake bite or a snake falling on your head. They call them widowmakers, the tree, because they just drop massive limbs and kill people, the trees.
Okay, but then the snakes that drop out of the sky, and I have a story that we haven't gotten to. I've had it in here for like 3 months about they've sampled all the past nature in Australia, and they've realized that crocodiles used to go up in trees. They call them drop crocs now, and they're based on the way they study them, they can determine that crocodiles just used to drop on your head out of nowhere, and I can get back to that story in coming weeks. But that is scary in itself, and that is like, okay, if a snake is dropping on your head, what are the chances that that is a really poisonous snake, and because it's dropped on your head, it's going to bite you and you're going to die?
Is that so low? I can't even tell you.
But you're saying it's likely that they're in the rafters, so...
Yeah, but they're not venomous. They're just pythons.
Okay, so the venomous ones stay out of your house, or...?
No. But they're different. They're different, and you'll find them in different places. You'll find them sort of underneath things, wood piles, sheets of tin, the venomous ones. Yeah.
And
but the pythons are friendly, or not friendly.
Because it is so common, you just know that if you're going to do something with leaves or in the garden or whatever, you're just really careful, or do you even think about it?
Oh,
okay.
No, you absolutely think about it. So, for example, things that you never do in Australia that you might take for granted here. Do you ever leave your shoes outside?
No.
Yeah, you never leave your shoes outside, and you don't just put your foot into your shoe without, like, bashing it first and making sure there's nothing in it.
Right.
Like a spider.
Scorpions and stuff, they're too. Spiders.
Scorpions are more...
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we do have some sort of scorpions, but they're not everywhere. They're not everywhere like snakes and spiders are everywhere. But it's not that bad. I don't know. It's... We have snakes where I am as well, everywhere. Like copperheads, water moccasins. The copperheads, I am more afraid of a copperhead than what I am of some Australian snakes. Maybe not like a taipan. I'm very scared of that snake. But a copperhead here, they will chase you and they will bite you multiple times. Unlike, most snakes in Australia, except for like a king brown or a taipan or something, they will run away from you. If they hear you coming, they're scared of people, so they're not going to, be there. Whereas a copperhead will probably run away from you, but if it gets you once, it'll keep trying to bite you, and I don't like that. I don't like the snakes that chase you. I find those terrifying.
Well, unless you live up in the hills here, snakes are not a concern, and that is why I don't go hiking anymore, is because they are so much more common, and the rattlesnakes here will try to avoid you, but still 7 people have died this snake season, so something's going on. And
so why have they died? Is it
they're
because
saying the venom is much more poisonous, and they don't know why.
Huh. And so are they not wearing appropriate footwear? Are they getting bitten on the face? Like, what are they doing?
I think they're not noticing, and they're winding a corner, and they go next to a bush or something, and the snake is there, and it strikes at them, and there you go. Or maybe the animals are organizing to get us. Maybe they're just striking because they're pissed, and we need to be exterminated.
And do people not know how to tie a tourniquet? So they're just saying it's like just more potent venom. And are these children? Are they women? Are they men? Or is it indeterminate?
I don't have the statistics in front of me. I know that they say get to a hospital as quick as you can, and then people go to the hospital and they sit for a while, and then eventually they die. I don't think it's bad medical care or anything.
And do we have anti-venin for rattlesnakes? I don't know. I don't know anything about rattlesnakes.
I think so. I always hear about anti-venom. We call it anti-venom here.
Oh.
All right. I have a new game we can play, and I'll play it with you as often as we can. It's Guess That Trump Absurdity. I'm going to play you a clip. I like to make everything a game where I can. And in this clip, you're going to guess what is extra strange about the Trump moment that we are experiencing. So in this clip, he's talking about Iran, but there's also special circumstances here. And see if you can guess what's going on in the background. You probably won't get this, so don't feel like you should have to.
Okay. Because they're sick people. These are sick people. And we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about.
So it's a really quick clip. Any idea, any guesses to what might be extra weird about this clip at this point?
I don't know. Is he reading a book to preschoolers? I don't know. Like, what's he
God damn
doing?
it, you're too good at the game. I hate it when you're good at stuff because we don't get good mileage out of the bit.
Oh, is he out of daycare?
He's in the Oval Office with a bunch of kids. If you go to your outline, at the very secret bottom part of your outline, there's a picture of him talking to a bunch of kids.
Oh, my gosh.
Ranging from like 7 years old, maybe up to 10, 11, 12.
Oh, my gosh.
But he's saying this in front of a group of kids who don't know what this crazy old evil fuck is talking about.
People. And we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about. It's not going to happen. And we have beaten them badly. They're talking, now they're reduced to little boats with a machine gun on the front of them because they had a neighbor.
That's where the clip ends. And they're just looking at him like, what is this fucker going on about? This crazy old man is telling us this scary story. And what the hell is happening here? That is just the biggest indication of everything. We need to get this lunatic out of office. And do you get the sense in hearing that, like he has ever treated a kid like a kid? Every place you see him, he's talking to kids like they're adults and telling them that he's going to fire people and they need to get it together. And it's just amazing to me that he talks to a group of kids that way.
Well, he also fucks kids. So I don't
I was going to say maybe he wanted to tell them the sex crime stories, but and let's be fair, he allegedly fucks kids.
Yeah.
Just so you don't get picked up and taken to Guantanamo Bay, something like that. So
yeah. He allegedly fucks kids.
He's accused of fucking kids by some, as
he
it
has
goes.
been accused by the kids that he allegedly fucked of fucking kids.
The victims that he allegedly fucked are accusing him of doing that.
Yeah, exactly. The question that you asked was, does he talk to kids as adults? I don't think he talks to or with anyone. I think he just talks at people.
Yeah.
And I think he is just wandering around like a crazy old kook, just spouting whatever fucking garbage is coming out of his head at that moment, regardless of who's in the room, what he's doing, where he is. I think that any context is irrelevant. It's just like if you had a firework and you lit it up, it wouldn't matter if it was, outside or inside a public restroom. It would just go off the same.
Right. Do you think he's always been this way and this has gotten worse because he's old and mentally senile and fucked up now? Or has he been more normal and now it's gotten bad because he's changing mentally, obviously?
I think it's the latter. I think he is on a rapid downhill decline on Ozzy Osbourne's crazy train.
But Ozzy lasted a long time. We don't want him to last as long as Ozzy. I don't think, now I'm going to get taken to jail for saying this. If I get taken to jail, please make me a martyr. Martyr me as a live martyr, because I have opinions and I think the world is a better place without him. That's my First Amendment right.
Yeah, I don't like the things that he says. I don't like the way that he communicates. I don't think that he is a good communicator. People laud our president because they say, well, he just says what he thinks. I don't think that just saying, I don't think that saying whatever you want is automatically a hallmark of a great leader. In fact, restraint in many instances is a more powerful leadership quality than just abject lunacy and just spouting whatever comes into your tiny brain whenever it comes across. It's like fucking Ralphie Wiggum. Tastes like burning.
I'm
in the
president.
I'm the president. It's ridiculous. Just bake them away, toys. Idiot. Absolute idiot. And in fact, I think he would, okay, unpopular opinion here, but I think that his approval ratings would be higher if he just shut the fuck up, stopped saying anything publicly, and just sat there.
And guaranteed that's what all of his advisors and pundits are trying to get him to do. And it is a constant level of stress for them. Oh, fuck, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. to find out what he posted last night at 3 a.m. Jesus Christ, what is it now? That is guaranteed their life. And I really have no pity for them because they took the job and they are also corrupt assholes for taking the job and they're complicit in it. So fuck them too.
Yeah. I mean, have the day you voted for, fuckhead.
Yeah.
That's what has happened here. And it's just annoying. Do you know how much I paid for gas yesterday? And I know that this is like me being a whiny little bitch because your gas is way more expensive than my gas. Yeah. But we paid nearly $6 a gallon for gas last night. And just last week, it was, I don't know, $4.50.
It's 6 something here. I haven't had to buy gas for a while because now I'm trying not to go places. I'm like, okay, that is so expensive now. I'm going to go to the store when I need to and take the elderly to medical appointments when I need to. But beyond that, I'm not just going for a drive. Once in a while, I'd get out of the house and go for a drive, and I'm just not doing that anymore. And there's a little part of me too that really wonders how much of this is manufactured by the gas companies, because now they can charge more for their oil no matter what, and they can charge the consumer more. And it's always very suspect because it's summer blend and winter blend, and it always seems like manufactured bullshit anyway. But here's another thing they can work with.
Oh, yeah. Total manufactured bullshit. If you look at the economics of right now versus the same time last year, I know that they price for demand and projected availability and yada, yada, yada. But in terms of like how much barrels were, it's the same. But it was under $4 a year ago. And so I don't want to get too bent out of shape about it, but it does feel like a struggle snuggle. It feels like we're getting raped.
Well,
like,
and there's all those
pump.
Conspiracy things too that you see in social media about, oh, all these people bought up their stocks really quick when the gas prices were low and they're making money off of this. And I'm not necessarily against looking at that too, because it seems very coincidental.
It makes me so mad to know that people in Congress are making millions and millions of dollars through what is essentially insider trading.
Yep. That should completely be illegal.
In fact, insider trading is illegal, especially if you work for the company. If you're in a publicly traded company, if you're an executive at a publicly traded company, you have a window where you are able to buy and sell those stocks. And if you do it outside of that, you will open yourself up to investigation. You could go to prison if you are convicted of insider trading. It's ridiculous.
Guaranteed there is crooked shit that has gone on, but nobody is doing anything about it because the Department of Justice won't do anything about it because they are in his back pocket and only going after people that have gone after him. And nobody's going to bring it up because it's basically like signing your own death sentence, that they're going to come after you time and time again, like they're going after Comey over nothing and making him a political scapegoat to show the rest of the world, oh, you better not fuck with us. Well, at least he's standing up, I guess, because he has to, but more people need to stand up. And all these sycophants that are sucking his dick, eventually he's going to turn on them too, and it's going to get really bad, and then we should put them in jail anyway.
Yeah, it just feels so hopeless sometimes. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
With that Voting Rights Act, I felt that way a lot this week when they repealed the Voting Rights Act. And it's just like, okay, my hope is that people are so pissed off that all the gerrymandering is not going to make a difference. and that people are just going to vote out all these fuckers in November, and then we can, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but this will be a big test in a couple months.
Yeah. I can't wait. I mean, I can wait, but I can't wait.
You can because you have to.
I can.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
That's the way
Yeah,
I look at
exactly. I know we already finished talking about the snakes, right? The rattlesnakes.
Going back
but
to
I
snake
thought,
talk.
Snake talk, snake talk, snake talk. Because you love it so much, we should talk about it more. But did you know that between 7,000 and 8,000 people get bitten by snakes every year, and only about 7 people die every year?
Well, we have that much this year with our rattlesnakes. So something is up.
And did you know that unseasonable weather has caused more snake activity? So it's hotter earlier, more snake activity.
That's probably
2, the concentration of venom inside rattlesnakes is higher when they're younger. So there's more juvenile snakes out there getting snappy.
Well, it's always the juveniles. They're the ones causing trouble. The juvenile snakes, the juvenile sharks, they're trouble.
Exactly. This is my point. The juvenile humans, just go down on the 30A during spring break and they'll tell you everything you need to know about juvenile humans just cutting
Snakes
sick
are out
and behaving
partying
badly.
and driving everywhere and being irresponsible.
God, exactly. Totally irresponsible.
I had
on their
heard that
golf
about
carts.
the baby snakes and the juvenile snakes, but then I heard something that said that wasn't true, and I don't know what to believe anymore. I heard it goes
Maybe I'm
both
wrong.
ways, and then I don't know.
Snakes go both ways. Have you ever seen a snake eat its own tail?
I don't want to talk about more snakes. I don't like
know,
snake talk.
I know what
is,
you're getting for Christmas.
oh my God, you don't even know. That would end everything. I get that I could be bitten and not die because it could be a standard non-venomous snake, but I would die of a heart attack and then I would be forever traumatized. They'd probably have to put me in a loony bin because I would be reliving it in my head over and over again nonstop.
Okay, I think that we need to get you like an anaconda experience or something for Christmas where you go to an animal sanctuary and you have to hold the snake that Britney Spears used in her I'm a Slave performance at the VMAs.
Even if you went with the one with Salma Hayek and From Dusk Till Dawn, that would be a no. I can't be a part of that.
So you're telling me you've never touched a snake?
I did, and I was like, I don't like it. I think in a past life I was killed by a snake. I think that's what it is. I think that is my phobia.
What about lizards?
Lizards I don't like, but not as bad. Alligators I don't like, but not as bad. I'm not a big reptile guy. They're not furry and fluffy like a good dog.
Fair enough, fair enough. I like lizards less than I like snakes because I've been bitten by more lizards.
They're more mobile, that can get to you easier. Is that what it is?
Yeah, or maybe I've just picked up more lizards. I mean, now that I think about it, maybe it's my own fault, like most things. But I feel like lizards, they like latch on to you. But I guess snakes do as well. Unless they're venomous, then you know you're in trouble if a snake strikes you and then backs away.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
like
then you're
I've done my deed.
Oh, you're venomous.
Yeah.
Because it's like whoosh, and then
Okay.
goes away. Whereas
We
if it's
just
a
did that.
constrictor, they like bite and like get ya.
Yeah. I just bit you. You're fucked now. Get ready, buddy.
Get ready, buddy. And lizards are like that too. They just latch on. Not good.
Yeah, I don't like being bit. Lizards are a little bit better.
Okay. Well,
Here's a fun headline that we can explore and just think of as we end the show here. In the news this week, a Buffalo woman is facing charges after using a kayak in a mall fountain while dressed as a pirate and shouting orders at shoppers. She went full pirate and put a kayak in a fountain and scarvy bastards and all that shit. I kind of like it. I don't know if it was National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Maybe that was a thing. But either way, I like her spirit, dressing up like a pirate and getting in the fountain.
that is something I can admire.
Yeah.
But I need to know why she did it. And she's a Buffalo woman, but did it happen in Buffalo?
I believe so because it has her mugshot here and it says Buffalo, New York Police. So she went to a Buffalo shopping mall and did that.
That's amazing. Also, what a great shopping mall. That fountain must be quite big.
Yeah, fountains are to be played in, and anybody that would expect people are not going to play in a fountain should not have one.
You think that fountains are to be played in?
You have it there. I've seen Friends.
Oh.
And they're all playing in the fountain. That's as much as I remember from Friends.
So I am of the school of thought that fountains are decoration and thou shalt not fountain play. Thou shalt put coins in fountain, if so desired, but no get in the fountain and no vandalizing the fountain with soap.
I wouldn't vandalize, but I think it's kind of like having a big red button there and saying, don't press this button when you have a fountain. You want to get in it. Kids and people that are kid of heart are going to want to have some fun with it.
I just think the water's so gross.
Probably.
As well. Like, why do you want to get in that? Speaking of buffalo.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a ridiculous sentence that's actually grammatically correct in American English?
More than anything.
All right. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. That is a grammatically correct sentence in American English. And would you like to know why?
Well, okay, I'm trying to think this through, and I'm trying to correlate it to one of my favorite sentences is fuck these fucking fuckers. Like, I get how that works. Is it kind of the same thing with buffalo?
Kind of, but yes. So what you're talking about is the concept of homonyms, right? Which is the same word means different things.
Right.
And in the buffalo sentence, and like you fucking fucks, it's kind of similar because there are like three distinct meanings, right? And it's the same for buffalo. So it's buffalo the city, buffalo the animal, and buffalo, which in American English is a verb that means to bully, right?
I was having trouble with the verb there. Buffalo is like to bully or harass.
100%. So the three buffaloes in that sentence are the proper noun, which is the city of Buffalo, New York, which we were just talking about, and then the common noun of the animal, bison. It's so weird. Buffalo or bison? Why do we call them buffalo if they're bison? I don't actually know that. But anyway, and then the third one is the verb, which is to intimidate. So, yeah. Buffalo,
Give me the
buffalo.
sentence again.
Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo.
Okay, but if you're talking about the city of Buffalo, shouldn't there be an inn in there somewhere? Buffalo in Buffalo?
Good question.
Yeah.
So the first two buffalo is like, so buffalo is like city and animals. So the other way you could express it is bison from Buffalo. So it could be New York woman or buffalo. New York bison or buffalo.
Okay.
So the first part is city and animal. Buffalo or bison from Buffalo. Buffalo, which is city and animals, which other bison from Buffalo. Buffalo, verb, bully. Buffalo, verb, we are bullied. Buffalo. Also bully bison from Buffalo. So the sentence buffalo means bison from Buffalo, which other bison from Buffalo bully, are bullied, and also bully bison from Buffalo.
I'm sure that makes sense in your head as you're looking at it, but it just sounds like the same word over and over when we're listening. It's very weird, and I can't make it make sense. And I believe you. It's
really weird, and I think it's just another one of those examples of why the English language can be confusing.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I will end the show here with some weird numerology bullshit. Talking about Tom Cruise. This is from Weird Facts on Facebook, so it has to be true. Tom Cruise. Mimi Rogers was 33 when their split was announced in 1990. Nicole Kidman was 33 when they separated in 2001. Katie Holmes was 33 when she filed for divorce in 2012. Rogers was born in 1956, Kidman in 67, and Holmes in 78, exactly 11 years apart each time. Tom Cruise has never publicly commented on the pattern, but it's become one of the strangest coincidences in Hollywood history. I think it's probably intentional, and it's weird, all of his Scientology nonsense that he's into, but maybe not. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe it's weird numerology bullshit.
That is strange. It's kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio's hadn't dated somebody over the age of 25.
Yeah, but that's just because he could get away with it. Most guys would do that.
You think most guys would do that?
If you could find, as a dude, a young, super attractive, but also smart and together person, she would have to be wise beyond her years. And I guess that makes me sound like a little bit more of a normal guy. It's not just the looks that would be a factor, but if you could find somebody that was actually kind of together and smarter than they should be for their age, that could work. But those are wishes and dreams for Margot Robbie type people.
I mean, even Margot Robbie's over the age of 25.
Yeah, but she didn't used to be.
Yeah. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio says it's because he doesn't want to have kids. And when they get over that age, when they get closer to 30, women start wanting to have children.
That's an
and
excuse.
He doesn't want kids.
I think that's an excuse. That's what he's saying. Because he can get away with finding somebody new. And he's got that reputation now, too. So, like, if you're a young woman and he's coming to talk to you, you kind of know what you're going to get. And you're either into it or you're not.
Yeah, it's, it doesn't bode well for any woman over the age of 25 then, like, that to feel like, oh, well, the only reason someone would be with you is because they can't get someone younger.
I don't think that's a general thing for society. I think that's a DiCaprio thing, that guys will stay with a woman if she is a good person and attractive and all that stuff. I think if we're weird sciencing the perfect woman, she would look like she's in her 20s and have the rest of the traits of maybe an older woman.
And why do you think it's not the same, like, inverse for men? Like,
I was just asking myself that same question. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm wondering why that.
You could say cultural, you could say sexist society, you could say that's what we've come up with and been raised with and the unfairness of it all. And I'm not disagreeing with those things. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or is it because of nature and women want somebody more mature that is going to provide something stable for the nest of the home and the children and stability? Or is that just an excuse? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Generally speaking, though, I think the science says that women are more likely to choose a man who can be a better provider, and you're more likely to find an attractive woman with, an unattractive man. Whereas men would prefer to be married to somebody younger and better looking. Maybe it's like a child, like, rearing thing. Like, maybe they need somebody who can give birth to babies or something.
Yeah. All I know is that I have found the perfect woman in my life, and I'll play her for you right now.
Okay.
Shut the hell away from me.
Christina.
It's Christina.
Shut the hell away from me, woman. Christina, the shut the hell away from me woman, is the perfect woman.
She's the perfect
what
woman.
I've come to find out. So everybody have a fantastic week.
Rock and roll. Stay mad.
Like it.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.